Welcome to another Fast Tips video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, we're going to talk about colors in Access VBA and how to get the exact color that you want. It seems every time I do a video that involves colors of some kind, I show different means and methods that Access has, because there's a couple different ways you can handle colors. There's hex colors, there's the long colors, there's the RGB function, and we're going to talk about them all in this video. But people seem to be confused as to when to use which and how you get what you want and So we're going to talk about all that stuff in today's video. And yes, this is a developer video because some of the stuff I'm going to show you is pretty much only usable in code, like the RGB function. We're not going to use a ton of VBA. But if you don't know any VBA and you want to learn some, go watch this video. It's about 20 minutes long. It'll teach you everything you need to know. All right, so most of the time people want to change color in their form or whatever. It's to indicate something. Like I just did a video a couple days ago on how to change a field's background color if it had a value in it and it was locked. So let's say you want to take a button real quick right here. I'll just copy and paste that button. We'll call this guy color. And let's say I want to change the color of this notes field just by clicking on this button. All right. Well, the first thing we do, of course, everybody knows, is we change this to color button. Don't leave it command 15 or whatever it was. Right click, build event. That'll open up my code editor. And in here, I'm going to say notes.backColor equals. Now here's where the video comes into play because there's a million different ways you can do this. The easiest method is to use one of Access's color constants. If you got simple color needs, you can use these color constants. They're VB constants. VB white, for example, is one. And if you move off of it, you see that it capitalized the white there. Want a full list of those guys? Right-click, definition, and that'll give you the full list of colors. Black, blue, cyan, green, magenta, red, white, and yellow. Those are the ones you can use. Anything other than these basic colors, you got to use different techniques. But let's just see this in action here. Let me come back over here. Oh, let me close this guy. And let's just say VB red. All right, I'll make that button, or make that back color of that notes field red. Click, and bang, done. Very nasty looking, but it did the job, okay? All right, let's switch back over to design view. And let's click on notes and go over to format and go to back color. Right now, you're going to see what's called a hex code in there. If you've done any work on the web whatsoever, you'll be familiar with hex codes. A hex code basically starts off with the hashtag, right? And then it's the RGB value. Okay, and it goes from 0 to F. It's hexadecimal. That's why they call it a hex code. All right, so this with all Fs is white. Okay, all zeros is black. And then there's combinations in the middle, just to give it, just real quickly. If you go FF0000, that's all red, right? 00 FF00 is all green. And guess what? 0000 FF is all blue. All right. So if I came over here and I typed in FF0000, I get red. If I type in 00FF00, there's green, and so on. Okay? These are the same colors that you use on the web. One of my favorite sites is htmlcolorcodes.com, and they got a color picker. You can come right down here, and you can pick, and it'll give you what the hex code is right there, and the RGB, which we'll talk about in a minute. Right? And you can slide this guy up and down. Okay? And it'll give you, the analogous colors, and it'll give you a color wheel, and there's all kinds of cool stuff on this site. I'll put a link to this down below. I love this site. All right, now in here, Access actually has its own little color picker. All right, you can pick from down here. These are the standard colors. We'll talk about the theme colors in a second. If I pick dark blue, for example, look at that. See, it's RGB. You can see the red and the green values are lower. The blue value is up higher. See that? Okay, and you can click on, whoop, let me slide down here. Slide down to more color. Come here, get over here. More colors right down there on the bottom. And you get this guy. Right, there's standard, which you can pick from the simple colors, or go custom. All right, and this guy in here too, you can pick any value that you want, and it will give you the hex code and the RGB values. Okay, so that's another way you could do it. All right, so in addition to these hex codes, if you drop this down, you'll also see all of this stuff. All right, these are theme colors. I don't know. I personally don't like theme colors. If you drop this box open here too, you'll see theme colors and standard colors. All right, if you pick theme colors, you can... Themes are designed... I cover themes in one of my classes. I forget which one. I talk about them briefly in Beginner 2 and then again in one of the expert classes, but I don't use them a lot. You can set up different themes, and every theme can have its own color palette, right? And you can customize these. I don't know. I've never used them. I've never really found much use in them. But, you know, usually I build a database and it's got it's got a color palette, and there you go. I like to have my customers one color, you know, orders another color. So I'm pretty picky with colors, but I don't usually change between the different themes. I think they work better for some applications like Word or even Excel. But Access, I've never really had a need for themes, for custom themes. So I try not to use the theme-based colors. I try to stick to the standard colors because I want that form, I want that field to be purple, you know. I want this field to be whatever I pick it to be. And that's just my bias. Argue with me if you want to. If you think themes are cool, great. Post something in the comments and I'll have a discussion about it. Okay, but now, in addition to these hex colors, okay, Access back in the day, and yes, it was a Tuesday, when Access started out, we didn't have hex codes. These are relatively new. They added these when the web got really popular. Originally, we had a number that we could type in like 62207, and I'll give you a yellow. And Access converts that now to a hex code. Okay, those are called Access long codes. They're based on the long integer. And if you want to inquire in your VB code as to what color this is, you get those long codes. For example, let's say we're not going to set it to VB red. Let's say I want to message box whatever that back color property is. All right, come back in here. Save changes, yes. Open it up, and 62207. See? So those Access long codes are what's actually being used in Access's memory internally. All right, the hex code just make it easier for you to know what that is by looking at it. I still have a ton of code where I use the hex codes, and I have a ton of code where I use the long codes. So I've got both. But mostly what I use is the RGB function. RGB is basically, when you look at the big color wheel, it's this stuff, red, green, and blue, which is what makes up the hex code, right? If I set that to 0 and I set that to 255, right, that translates into 0FF00. And yes, there are functions that convert between them. We'll talk about those later. They're on the code vault for the members, by the way. So in code, I don't want to have to deal with these because honestly, back in the day, if you wanted an exact color, you could come in here to the color wheel. All right, because the color wheel didn't always give you everything. You could come in here, put it on the exact color that you wanted, like that. All right, hit OK. It set it. Now, it would put the value over here that color was, but it was the long code. It wasn't the hex code. And then you could put that in your VB code. It was a pain. It was a pain. It's so much easier now with the RGB function, because now all you have to do is this. We can say notes.backcolor equals RGB. You type in your red, green, and blue as integers from 0 to 255. So if you want it red with a tiny bit of green and a tiny bit of blue, is that going to be like yellowish? Let's see. Open it up, click. Oh, okay, it's reddish. All right. Yeah, mostly red, of course. Duh. But if you do have a color picker tool and you want exactly that shade right there, all right, there's your RGB, right? 117, 134, 197. All right, come right in here and copy and paste that right in there. And now, bam, there it is. Okay, so that's what I like to use, the RGB. I use RGB all the time to set my colors. And then I always put over here, like, you know, light purple or whatever it is, so I can just see it by looking at it. Because you're going down your code and you're seeing all these different colors. Okay, what is it? Your brain can't figure out that that's light purple. You can type in hex codes here, but they don't work right. They're not exactly the same as you think they should be. They're weird. And I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. But for example, if you want to type in white, normally it would be FFFFFF. But instead of a hashtag out here, if you do that, you get an error message or the syntax error. If you do that, you replace this with ampersand H to tell Access that's a hex value. Now that should be white, and it's white. Okay, looks good. Okay. All right, and you'd think that, okay, I want, let's do red, so it would be, now it's backwards for red, 0000FF, it's backwards, and that gets shrunk down to FF. Okay, and blue is FFFF0000, that's blue. Like I said, these are weird. And okay, and you'd think that green would be this, and that gets rid of the leading zeros, but it's not, it's black. So I don't know what this is doing. I don't like this, I never use this, I'm just showing you that it's possible, but no, just don't, just no. So again, I like to do, if you're gonna be getting colors in your code, then you're going to be getting those long colors. If you're going to be setting colors, which 9 times out of 10, you're setting a color. All right, so just RGB it. 100, 100, 200. And then go. There you go. Okay. And again, if you're not sure about how much red, green, and blue, open up a web page. It's got a color picker on it. Use the color picker in here and get the value. Plop it in there. That's how you get the exact color that you want. If you want to learn a lot more about this stuff, I cover a lot more with colors in my Developer 40 class. I actually show you how to do conditional formatting with a VBA. So you could set up different conditional formatting levels in your VBA based on the data that's in there. We talk a lot more. There's functions, RGB to hex and hex to RGB to flip those values back and forth, those RGB values, right? There's a lot more in here. Actually, we do a Windows color picker, which is this thing here, which you can actually use in your code to allow the user to pick a control, and then you pick a color for it, and it sets the control. I talk about the Windows font dialog, so you can set your font in code. That's all in Developer 40. Members, if you're a gold member and you've got access to the code vault, these functions here, the RGB to hex and hex to RGB, are in the code vault. Just search for that. And I also want to mention Mike Wolf over at No Longer Set has an interesting article. If you want to work with those VBA long colors, those numbers that I talked about, and you want to convert those values to RGB, he's got code on here on his website to do that. And I've never needed to do it, but if you do, see, I'm on here. Oh, wait, there it is. There's my color. See, long live RGB and hex colors. I've always hated those classic color codes. So yeah, he's got a lot of code on here too for doing that. But yeah, I pretty much always stick to hex in design mode and RGB in my VBA. But I'll put links to all that stuff down below in the description below the video. Come check it out if you want to learn more. That will be your fast tip for today. Now you know all you need to know about colors. I wish I would have known all that stuff when I first started out. See? This is cool stuff. So that's your fast tip for today. Live long and prosper, folks, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and click on the bell icon to select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Make sure you click the Show More link down below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted, so if you'd like to get an email every time I post a video, click on the link to join my mailing list. Even if you don't want to become a member, feel free to donate to my tip jar. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got puppies to feed. How do you become a member? Click on the Join button below the video. After you click the Join button, you'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks. Silver members and up will get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, one free beginner class each month, and more. Gold members get access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my Tech Help videos, plus my code vault, where I keep tons of different functions that I use. You'll also get a higher priority if you decide to submit any Tech Help questions to me, and you'll get one free expert class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks, plus even higher priority for Tech Help questions, access to all of my full beginner courses for every subject, and one free developer class each month after you finish the expert classes. These are the full-length courses found on my website, not just for Access too. I also teach Word, Excel, Visual Basic, and lots more. You can now become a Diamond sponsor and have your name or company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown in each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. But don't worry, these free Tech Help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access. It's over 4 hours long, and I just updated it for 2021. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below that you can click on. And also, if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. Yep, that's all, $1, and it's free for all members of my YouTube channel at any level, even supporters. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page on my website. You can send me your question there. While you're on my site, feel free to stop by the Access Forum. Lots of good conversations happening there. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Once again, my name is Richard Ross. Thank you for watching this Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something today. I'll see you again soon.